What's up, everybody? My name is Marissa Romero. Welcome to the channel if you're brand new, and thank you for returning to this channel if you're a loyal subscriber. Now today's super exciting. With me I have Tammy Duchow. She's like a goddess of e-commerce and so many other things, a serial entrepreneur. In a minute I'll have her talk about her story. But I just wanted to say that I like to bring experts onto this channel to share some knowledge with you guys and share with you a little bit of their story to kind of give you some inspiration wherever you are in your entrepreneurial journey. So I actually met Tammy, it's been about 1.5 years, right? Yeah. We met at an e-commerce mastermind. It was actually for Shopify. Now Tammy, her expertise is in Amazon. She's produced millions of sales in Amazon, and so, you know, when we first met, we were both kind of new to Shopify and that whole space, but she was absolutely like a pleasure to be around, you know, like both for, you know, everybody in the room because she had so much experience, but also for me because, you know, she's a woman and female entrepreneur. Tammy's been incredible and been a cool mentor of mine along my journey, and so why don't you go ahead and tell the people a little bit about yourself.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for the intro, and I am so excited to be here with you.
Yes.
Likewise, I love hanging with you. You're just such a dynamic girl. She is. You should always follow her. She's got lots going on. So I love catching up with you. So my journey is kind of funny. How I ended up in e-commerce to begin with, and just life circumstances took me to the Middle East a while ago, over like almost 20 years ago, and I think because I spoke English, I was offered a position with Starwood Hotels as their e-commerce director. I didn't really quite know what that meant back then, but wow. I was immediately sort of tossed into this, you know, corporate world and their idea of what e-commerce was, and started from there. The good thing about that is that I had many resources at my disposal and a lot of support to really dig into all of the things that were e-com back then. And, you know, it's come quite far since then.
Yeah.
So through that journey, you know, I ended up creating my own agency, you know, after some years of learning, and ended up working with many Fortune brands. So, you know, brand names that you recognize, J&J, you know, P&G products, and all kinds of cool brands. And that again was just such an amazing experience because I was able to work really closely with brand teams and, you know, understand the whole brand journey intimately, you know, from beginning to end. So, you know, and I want to talk about that piece a little bit because I think when we, you know, think about of a brand to sell on Amazon, maybe we're thinking about creating our own brand. I've learned over my experiences that it really starts with the consumer first, and that was my huge takeaway. Still to this day, how I position brands, I think of the consumer first. I delve into what the consumer really wants. It all depends on how the consumer, you know, talks about a specific thing. For example, I worked on a brand that, you know, it was for diapers, right? But other people call them nappies, right? So it depends on where you're marketing to, and you really have to think about how the consumer, you know, refers to a thing that you're selling, and just by opening up that little can of worms there can give you, you know, massive growth in sales. So anyway, so that's a big takeaway. But since then, I've really just honed in on Amazon, and the reason I love Amazon so much is because they have 200 million customers each month just on Amazon.com. So it's not so difficult to figure out driving traffic because they already have the traffic. So in my mind, it's just about figuring out, you know, it's like a bunch of fish. It's like a sweet fishing hole of consumers. Yeah. So I just, you know, continuously figuring out ways to bait hooks and drop them in the fishing hole. Yeah. You know, so whether that be info products or physical products or even, you know, even services now, you can list on Amazon and really take advantage of that traffic that they drive. So that's really where I've been focused. I love helping people, understand the Amazon platform and then integrating them, cross-channel.
Yeah.
Shopify and all the multi-channel things that we have available now, which is just growing and growing.
Yeah.
It's so exciting. And so there's just so many different methods to succeeding on Amazon. And so I just launched a book. It's still in pre-launch, but it talks about, basically you give me any business and I can give you at least 5 ways to grow it with Amazon. That's how powerful Amazon is.
That's so excellent. Let's talk about Amazon for beginners, because I'm still definitely a beginner, and most of my audience out there are probably looking to learn more and like where to start with Amazon. So if someone's a beginner, how would you explain to them where to start and like what kind of avenues and options they have?
Sure.
Yeah.
So the first thing that I like to make sure that people understand is that Amazon is a marketplace. Mm-hmm. So what that means is if you buy a product on Amazon, it might be Amazon selling it themselves, or it might be a third-party seller like me or Marissa selling that product. So just like we were able to do on eBay, where you buy low and sell high, a lot of people do that. It's called arbitrage. That's a way that a lot of people get started on the platform. So when you buy a product, you'll see, sold by Marissa's brand and fulfilled by Amazon. Mm. That means that she's using Amazon storage or fulfillment. She's buying a product, she's sending it in, and Amazon's doing all the shipping and it for her. So that is a great way, a very common way that people get started, and it's a lot of fun. It's how I started on the platform too. And then you can get a little bit more sophisticated with that model by doing it all online. So you wouldn't actually have to go to TJ Maxx per se and buy something really at a lower cost and throw it on the platform. You would be able to use a digital tool, and it would actually scan all the online stores like your Target, your Walmart. You can buy a product from there and then send it to an FBA prep center. This is like a middleman kind of thing. They're set up to just prepare things in the right way to send it into Amazon fulfillment warehouse, so then they can do all the shipping for you. And that's a beautiful model that we still use today to supplement our sales. Before I go any further, I think it's important to say, I'm talking about physical products right now, but you can also have information products, digital products.
It's so awesome.
And services too. So getting back to the physical, we've talked about retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, and then there's something called, Amazon merch. So it's actually a print-on-demand model for Amazon. And now there are tools and software available that actually syndicates it across several platforms, including Amazon. So it's become much more easy and lucrative to do. Mm-hmm. So just, if you're a graphic designer and you really don't want to mess with physical products, you can simply put your designs on print-on-demand products and sell them on Amazon too. So we know a person who did pretty well with ugly Christmas sweaters, for example. Really, print-on-demand products. So that's the thing. And then once you identify some products that are really doing well on the platform, you can reach out to wholesalers. You can find out, hey, this dog toy is selling really well. I'm going to track down the wholesaler that sells it. So you call them up, open a wholesale account, buy a little bit in bulk. So now you're getting it at a lesser cost, and you're making more margin, and then you're sending that in, and that's called the wholesale model. And finally, then you're doing something called private label, which means that you're actually buying a product, you're having it made either in China, or I do all my stuff here in the U.S., and you are putting your own brand on it. And then there's something in between called bundling, and sometimes that's called poor man's private label. Because you might find a product that's really trending, and then you package it together with other products that make sense to package together. So, and this is really key on the Amazon platform and about the Amazon consumer. As a mom, maybe my child wants a, princess birthday party. So I know in my mind I have to go figure out the tablecloth, the silverware, all the decorations, the bags, everything has to be coordinated. Wouldn't it be nice if I could just push one button and it gets shipped to me? So we think ahead, what do moms want? Yes. So we've bundled, huge party packs, right? So the mom could just be like, oh, thank God, I don't have to worry about that anymore. So if you come up with products like that, that would just make the consumer's lives easier because they're shopping on Amazon for that reason anyway, right? Yeah. Then that's called bundling, and that's an awesome method too, and a lot of fun to put together. Getting into digital products, everyone's really heard of Kindle, right? Yes. That was pretty much, Amazon started out as a bookstore, the Earth's biggest bookstore back in 1994. That's what we wanted to be. And so they really have a nice system for, promoting your digital products on the platform. So Kindle would be, you literally could upload a PDF on Kindle, and it would be an ebook. If you want a softcover book, you would use CreateSpace, and now they have a sort of a combined beta launch. They combine the two and try to make it easier. It has a few bugs, but it's pretty easy to do. Mm-hmm. And then they have a whole nother platform they just launched called Amazon Digital Services. So what this means now is, Marissa, you could upload your videos on there, or your coaching courses. Wow. And so that opened a whole new way for people to help others. Think about a fitness instructor maybe, she can put up her coaching videos. So there's just so much we can do there now. And then finally, now they just opened an opportunity for local service providers to use the platform. And I found this so interesting. So I was shopping for a spa shower head one day, and it said, when I was going to buy, it said buy with or without installation. And I thought, what is that? How are they going to install it for me? Yeah. Right? So what happened was they had pre-approved a plumbing service in my area. And that plumber, I was able to schedule the plumber for the day after my product arrived. He came in, he installed the shower head for me. I clicked a button, said, yes, good job. He got the payment from Amazon. So Amazon actually referred him and is booking his appointments. Yeah. Which is just incredible. That's so excellent. Yeah. Great option. So think about people who do, there's even lessons. You can teach piano lessons, guitar lessons, coaching. Right. All kinds of fun stuff is available. So really, no matter what you do or what your passion is, I think Amazon is a great space to be able to get in front of more people and, share your message. Yeah, for sure. So if you're starting a store brand on Amazon, is it kind of like Shopify where it could either be like a general, is there such thing as niche on Amazon stores? Or how do you know what to do? Do you just kind of start with, general things, or niche, or what do you recommend? So when you're getting started, a great way to figure out what will work is by using a few free tools. And there's tools out there, one's called Unicorn Smasher. So you could literally type in any word on Google. Amazon. It's like Google, where when you type something in Google, you'll see that it will start auto-populating the next terms. Amazon does the same thing. So if I'm interested in dogs, I start with dog, I hit the space bar, and up pops, dog beds. Okay. And then I hit the space bar again, and it'll say dog beds for large dogs. So I know what people are really searching for. And then I can, when the page populates with all the 20 top sellers for that keyword, I hit my little Unicorn Smasher Chrome extension browser, tool, and it populates the amount of units they're selling each month, the amount of money they're making each month, if Amazon's selling it or not, because we don't want to compete against Amazon. Yeah. And important things like that. So now we're really able to hone in on, oh, well, that might be an interesting niche to get into.
Right.
And that's where we really start. So in answer to your question, once we identify that, we might want to build a whole brand around dogs.
Yeah.
If it's that lucrative. Or we can just test things out.
Yeah.
I mean, we have an account that we had, it was a mishmash of everything. It's sort of our test account. And when you're ready to start a brand, there's actually something called brand registry. So you would go through and get a trademark. You would get your brand trademarked with the USPTO,
Okay.
and then you would apply for brand registry, and you can have many different brands or niches within one account.
Okay.
All right. So it's nice because it will actually segment it for you. So my dog brand is still in my store, my one account, but it pops up as my brand is the seller, not my mishmash store seller. Right. I don't know if that makes sense, but Amazon makes it possible for you to manage everything in one platform, yet across different brands.
Gotcha. Okay. So then I wanted to make sure we touched on your huge milestone of 40 million in sales with Amazon.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that, because I know you've worked, as you mentioned, for some Fortune companies, and you've done Amazon work for them. So at what point did you kind of break away and do your own thing, and how did that go from doing work, Amazon work for others, and then creating your own sales?
So it was an interesting journey because, like I said, I was fortunate enough to work with some of the Fortune companies, and it was funny because when you work in sort of a secured environment with bigger companies, you're not able to use all these fancy tools that a lot of entrepreneurs do because it's a secure environment. They're worried about hackers, So I had to be very manual and methodical about my methods, and it was through that process that I helped define sort of the thing I just described to you about the autocomplete, we call it, and then was able to mine keywords and put them back into the product sales. So when I really started on this journey, I perfected that method manually. And, we grew that particular brand sales 10 times within 9 months.
Wow.
In monthly sales and monthly revenue just by implementing that method. So then I knew, okay, well, I've really kind of developed something interesting here. And I wanted to start testing it on my own product.
Yeah.
So I actually think it was a family member that said, that's great that you're doing this for all these big brands, but why aren't you doing it for yourself?
Yeah, absolutely.
It kind of took someone to nudge me before I realized, oh wow, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
So I did. So it was sort of a solutions-based product that we came up with. What I mean by that is we had a dog that ate through everything, and we had to be really creative in finding something that would curtail the dog from eating holes in the carpet every day.
Right.
And so we went to Etsy, we found what was out there, we looked at Pinterest, and then we just modeled a product that got better. It's always high quality, unique products that went on Amazon.
Yeah.
And so when we felt we had a really good product, we launched it on Amazon, started testing it.
Yeah.
And really great thing about Amazon is the customers, you get amazing product feedback immediately, right?
Yeah.
So if they say something that's not, great, that's okay. It's an opportunity to make our product better.
Right.
And we did that for a few months before we launched the brand. And then we launched a brand around it and created more products that, to supplement that brand. And it was a success. So, and then using the model, that I was talking about, then I was able to use fancy tools to make things a little bit more efficient. And I worked with some great marketers to develop, software tools to make my management process more efficient. So I launched some courses too, and our little product became an As Seen on TV product actually within just a year and a half of launching. So
the dog product.
The dog product. Yeah.
That's so cool.
So Amazon is a wonderful platform for launching a brand new product, getting feedback, making it amazing, and then.
And was the dog product kind of the birth of Ecom Profits, or was Ecom Profits before launching?
Well, I had an agency since 2007. I was doing a lot of local, and that just came from, my neighbor and my friend and my business owner, guy next door, my restaurant, asking me to help them. Mm-hmm. And I just found so much joy in that. So that's why I started an agency way back when. But I started evolving from, so I did a lot of local for a while.
Okay.
And, but then I got consulting gigs with these CPG brands, and Ecom Profits was born because I started meeting amazing marketers like you.
Oh.
And, there's no better time to be online right now, you guys. I mean, 90% of the world is online.
Yeah.
And 90% of all products are just start online or have some type of research done online. So no matter if you have a product, business, or service, you do have to be online. And I'm really, an evangelist about that and really prophetic about that. So I thought Ecom Profits, because I'm a prophet of getting online, so of that message. So I decided to bring together some like-minded marketers and to really help businesses, get online, as soon as possible and grow their business that way. Because I feel like I've been an entrepreneur for a long time. We wear a lot of hats. It's really hard. I mean, it's a difficult, industry to sort of stay on top of, right? I mean, we have to be networking, we always have to be masterminding, we have to be learning. So as a business, maybe like a restaurant owner, doesn't really have that kind of time, so I just enjoy helping them so much.
Right.
And, just making the movement, creating movement around that. And so that's how this agency was born.
Right. Excellent. So another question that I've been dying to ask is Shopify versus Amazon, or any other type of e-com platform like Shopify. Do you think it's because with having to pay for traffic to go to a Shopify store, there's so many variables with algorithm changes and all that stuff. So would you encourage people to go the Amazon way versus the other popular Shopify way where you have to pay for the traffic?
So you might think I'm biased, and you probably know I'm going to say Amazon. From North Traffic. Okay, so you probably know what I'm going to say, but I'm going to tell you why I'm going to say Amazon, right?
Yes.
I explained the traffic. Right, 200 million visitors just to Amazon.com alone, that's amazing, right? The launch process, I don't have to really pay. I mean, there are sponsored ads and things, which we do use, and we do have a launch process for private labels, but it's very easy to test things on that platform without spending any ad money. Because remember I said it's a lot of hungry consumers are there.
Yeah.
I don't really have to attract them. It's just with a few keywords that I'm getting my product in front of them, allowing them to test it, and then I get this important feedback and reviews, and then I can make it better before I really blow it up. So those two reasons. Number 3, I think Facebook ads, media buying it can be quite daunting to a lot of people. It's very left-brained, it's very analytical. So I think it adds another whole element of a learning curve that, you may or may not, have the propensity to learn right now. So I think the barrier to entry of immediate success is pretty low on the Amazon platform, just like eBay. I mean, I feel like a lot of people kind of talk about Amazon and they think, whoa, that's a monster. Oh boy, that's scary. But for some reason they never really thought that about eBay. They were willing to just throw out the product and have it sell and be like, woo! Yeah. And that's how you should feel about Amazon, because Amazon allows us to do the same thing.
Right.
So you're going to get your first sale more quickly. You're going to be encouraged to keep on moving more quickly, which is important to continue to be motivated. So for all those reasons, I do like the Amazon platform.
Yeah. With the Shopify model, everyone struggles in the beginning, building the store is kind of a learning curve in itself, but when people get to the Facebook ads, that's kind of like make or break. It's kind of considered the hardest thing, right? Yeah. So with Amazon, what would you say is the hardest thing? What is that hardest thing with getting started and building up a brand on a store?
I think sometimes it's just copywriting for people. It can be something that they struggle with.
And is that like in the description of a product?
Yeah, your title, your bullet. Your title's not hard. We teach you how to do that, and you can figure that out pretty quickly with the keyword method that I show you. But the bullets, and I feel like sometimes people struggle with creating good copy, and it doesn't have to be that difficult. It seems like overwhelming. So I see people there, but those are things you can outsource really easily as well. And then the second piece, I think, is maybe the ads, but compared to Facebook ads, there's actually a one-click auto ad.
Oh, really?
Method.
Wow.
So it's super easy to get started with advertising. You can make it as difficult as you want, right?
Yeah.
The more you pour through data, the more successful your product's going to be, because numbers, are very important. But it could be kind of easy too to learn and to grow. I don't think it's as big of a learning curve on Amazon, in my opinion.
Okay. Yeah, that's really good to know. And let's talk about really quick. You said you can think of 5 different ways for any business how Amazon can help. So let's say, because I just thought about my friend who has one of these businesses. He has a drone marketing business.
Oh, wow.
Here in Scottsdale. So he does things like, filming weddings, real estate, just really whatever. How could Amazon help my drone business?
Yeah, okay. That's a good one. So, first of all, if he doesn't have his own drones, let's say he has his own drones, he could sell them as a private label brand on Amazon, right? If he doesn't have his own drones, he would then become what's called an affiliate or an Amazon associate. And that's so wonderful, for anyone that is struggling with, I don't want to have physical products, I don't want to touch products.
Right.
Well, you can refer other people's products and make a wonderful, income just doing that. So if he doesn't have his own products, he might refer other people's products. Let's say he has a website, he could actually put, complementary products listed on his own website, and when people click to his website, they can go buy products on Amazon. How that associates plan works is Amazon will pay you for the referral, of bringing someone to their platform.
Right.
So the one product that you had listed, whether they buy that product or not, you're going to get paid a percentage of everything they buy on the platform in the next 24 hours. So it's a really nice extra passive income stream for a small business owner. The third thing I would absolutely recommend is drone, videography is so huge.
There it goes. So third thing, videography.
Third thing, videography is such a big deal now. I mean, I think 90% of marketing is going to be video. It's all going to be video marketing by 2022? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So he's in the right place at the right time, and a lot of people are trying to figure out how to do that. So you can make how-to videos and put them on the digital services platform. You could create a PDF or a guide, like a how-to guide, download and put it on the Kindle store. And then you could register as a local service provider to be the videographer of weddings or real estate or whatever. So, there you go. There's 6, I think.
Yeah.
It's not that hard, right?
Yeah, so many great options. As we wrap up this interview, I wanted to backtrack a little bit to maybe some of the the hardships that you had in your entrepreneurial journey and that people could relate to, and how you were able to push through them?
That's such an amazing question. Thank you for asking that. I think, as twofold, as an entrepreneur, it's tough. It can be tough. It goes like this, right? So some months you're like, woohoo, and some months you're like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Especially as a mom. Also, I was a single mom a long time, so it was hard to be really consistent and focused on my goal, and because I always got dragged into maybe a job because I felt like I had to do that to be stable for my children. I just learned over time that to have an abundance and an abundance mindset. Okay, so the more you struggle on a thing like money, the more you're going to get of that lack of money. So you have to focus on, knowing that it's okay, knowing that it's going to come, reassuring yourself, not listening to the bad, negative self-talk sometimes, which can be really hard. And a lot of that can come from within your own family and close friends. I would say the way that I really powered through that was beginning to network as much as I do. And I spend so much time going to events with like-minded individuals. When I started doing that, I remember saying, a few years ago, I feel like a dinosaur who found her herd. I was a lost dinosaur and I found my herd. I felt so like I belonged once I started going to these amazing entrepreneurial-based events, because we all have the same struggles. So find someone near you. If it's not your friend or your family network, then go to meetups. Start going to events, and you have to feed your mind every day. Always be learning. Listen to people like Bob Proctor, who tells you to be aligned with your passion, and just binge on YouTube videos every morning if you need to. Meditate, whatever you need to do to stay in that mindset is what I found works. For me to power through.
Oh, that's so great! Awesome. So the last question is, what message what is the last thing you kind of wanted to leave with people?
Do not get what we call analysis paralysis. Just do it. Just dip your toe in the water. The internet, you're not going to break the internet. Do whatever you need to do to get what we call just a buy button somewhere, so that more people want your knowledge. You are passionate about something in your life. There's something that you are an expert at, whether you think you are or not. Whether that's gaming or how to fold clothes the best possible way on the planet. You can make money with that. That can be an income stream for you because you are that expert, and people want to hear and know and see and feel that information. Amazon's a great platform to do it, and just don't be afraid. Just go through the motions. Take a step at a time, a step each day, and sooner than later you'll have a business online.
Yeah. Oh, I love that last piece. That point about expertise in itself could be a whole nother video. That's so cool. Okay, so where can people find you?
So we have a Facebook group called Ecom Profits. That's PROPHETS.com. We also have a website, so if you want help getting online, we do help people do that. You can fill out a discovery form there. And we do have, a couple of programs that I just launched to help people learn how to do some of these methods I was talking about. And I'm sure you'll put links.
Yeah, all these links will be in the description. The website she mentioned, also your social medias?
Yeah, okay. So I'm at Azon Lady on Facebook or Instagram. You can find me there, or Snap. I'm DigiDutch for Digital Duchess. Short.
I like that.
And you're going to help me with my YouTube channel.
Yes. Awesome. She will get what YouTube channel. Sweet. Well, thank you so much again for being here. I really hope you guys loved this interview. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Leave a comment below if you have a question for me or Tammy. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you guys on the next video.